thought that the live was happening tonight because we didn't get home till like 3:00, like 3:30.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, I have a live too. I'm like, crap.
Well, I was all confused earlier this week. Hi, everybody. By the way, welcome.
Hi.
Oh, hello, everybody.
See, now you know what happens behind the scenes.
Yes.
We just didn't know what happened.
On Friday, I was sitting here and I'm like, oh yeah, I said Tiffany's doing a live tonight, and Garrett looks at me and goes, on a Friday? I'm like, it's Sunday. He goes, it's Friday, and I'm like, with him being off, like because of his stuff, I was completely confused as to what day it was.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Right? That'll be the one good thing about going back to work. So anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you're reading, how you're doing. How did your Monday go? We'll start with us. Stormy, what are you reading?
I'm probably gonna finish editing a clip, and then after that, I am reading, and I am 69% into listening to. I think it's called The Haunted Cave by Christopher Pike. It's a Spooksville series.
Oh, one of his. Okay, yep.
They're it's like 2-hour audiobook or whatever. They're really small and everything, and I'm 69% into that one, so I'm hoping to get that done. And then I'll probably listen to Tripwire, which is a Jack Reacher, or maybe read on this, depending on how my eyeballs, because I'm kind of tired. Like today, like, you know, like as you get thrown a curveball, and I mentioned it in like the clip for like the vlog or whatever. I'm like, this ain't going to be much of a reading vlog, but you got to see how my day went, because my aunt's like, come over and pick up some books, and that led to let's go to Joplin and eat here and go to this place and that, and my dad had a blast. He likes he's shy, but he likes being around people. I'm introverted where I want to stay home. And so I've definitely been like out, and I'm tired because it's just been a long day, and like we didn't get home till like 3:30. And I wasn't expecting that to happen today. I mean, it was just a surprise. Let's go do this thing or whatever. So, but I got all kinds of clips of it. So it's
that's awesome.
Cool. I asked my aunt, I go, do you mind being in the videos? And she's like, no. So you can see my aunt. She's my mom's sister, and I think we look a lot alike. And a lot of people always thought she was my mom.
Oh, that's sweet. Awesome. How about you, Tiffany?
Contrary to popular belief, I am not sitting in the room with Darth Vader. This is Kyrie.
I'm Darth Vader sitting on the other side of the camera right here.
Goodness gracious! He's always
the two of them.
Speaker because he likes to lay partly over the computer, thinking that I won't reach over him. It's a thing. It's a thing. That's okay. We still love him. I am reading a hockey romance. I am reading Caught on Camera, which is the first book in the Camera Club. What are you doing? Camera Club Cozy Mystery series by Kara Lacey. And then I'm also reading the last book that's out I just started on audio, the last book that's out in the, I don't know what the series is called, but it's Tara Lush's Coffee series.
Oh, the one that takes place at the Purgatory?
Yes.
I love that series.
In Devil's Beach, they have a yoga shop called Dante's Inferno.
I love it.
It's like a hot
that
yoga
series
studio.
just makes me so happy.
Oh my gosh. Her dad is like this hippie. Well, you like. Oh,
yeah. I've read the first one, but I don't remember a lot about it because it's been a couple of years since I read the first one.
Kev,
what's the series?
Coffee Lover's Mystery.
Thank you.
By Tara Lush. I knew it was coffee, but I just couldn't remember if there was an actual like title other than just like Coffee Lovers. So,
yeah,
it's really good.
I love it.
Nomac likes that series. That's the reason I read the first one, because that was one of the books she picked out that one year when she picked my TBR in November.
Did you like it?
Yeah, so I said I liked it. I just haven't continued. I need to continue.
There's only 3 books, so you should be able to catch up nice and quick.
It's one of those things where I read book 1 and then
I'm reading book 4 right now. I'm reading book 4 right now. I'm reading book 4 right now.
That came out last year. Yeah.
That's actually not. It's a spinoff.
Oh, is it?
There's a
Coffee
spin-off.
Lovers #4, A Bean to Die For.
Really? Because if you go on Fantastic Fiction, it listed as a spin-off.
I will tell you once I get into the audio if it's the same, but
Please.
perfect for fans of Chloe Coyle. Yeah, no, it's Lana Lewis brewing up concoctions
Awesome.
at Purgatory.
Awesome.
It's
Yeah,
called.
because on thingy it says it's Devil's Beach, and it just says it's Devil's
Yes.
Beach. It's give me chills.
Oh,
Oh no, you're right. A Bean to Die For is book number 4. My apologies, I read it wrong.
That's okay.
Sorry. I can't
No
be trusted.
problem. I was like,
Ignore me.
maybe it is a spinoff.
I'm just gonna sign off now, and I'll let you guys take care of the rest. I shouldn't be here. I can't be trusted.
Oh, believe me, I lie to viewers all the time. I'm like, and maybe I lie. I'm just not.
It's like there's 4 primary works and 1 novella.
Yeah, that's it. This is the novella that I was thinking of. Thank you, Storm. I knew it was in there somewhere. What about you, Lee?
I have 5 chapters left in Dawn on the Coast.
Yay, that's my favorite one.
As much as I don't like Dawn, this is one of my favorite babysitter clubs.
It was the first one I ever read. That's why
Okay.
Dawn has been my favorite. And I know people hate Dawn.
Yeah,
That's the reason Dawn's my favorite, is because she was the first babysitter I read about.
and for all the reasons I don't like Dawn, it's actually what I love about in this book, which is weird because normally I can't stand her.
Yeah.
And then I just started reading The Business Trip by Jessie Garcia. It's a thriller. Like, I'm still in chapter 1, so I've gone nowhere.
I've been seeing that around. What about you?
I have a gazillion books on the go, but I'll be listening to Kills Well with Others tonight. I am a little over 50% of the way through it. I'm loving this. I walked into the library today to drop off a book. I'm like, oh, they have a copy of it. Now I have a visual for videos.
There you go.
And I'm like, sorry for anybody who actually wants to physically read this. I'll get it back to you shortly. And then I was going through my NetGalley stuff, and I forgot that I had Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone.
Oh.
So I found a copy of it on audio, so I'm listening to it, and I'm 2 chapters in, and so far I'm enjoying it. I really like her. I think this is going to definitely be more of a kind of women's-y, fiction-y type story, but I think it's dealing with death of a friend or something. I don't know what it's about. I didn't read about what it's about, but so far she's a nanny, and it's really cute so far, but the uncle is like hovering, like he doesn't trust her to be the nanny, and he's like there, like what's going on, so... And I like the narration on it. So anyway, so that's what I'm reading. And I'm going to work on my sweater. So let's see what everybody else is doing. Melmac. Oh, yes. Hi, everyone. Stay tuned for tonight's Around the World Readathon announcement. May's destination is, should we say it right off the top?
Yes.
It's Francais. French, France, whatever.
Oui, oui,
Vive la
yes.
France. Vive la France. As a
Bonjour.
Canadian, I cannot speak a lick of French, so I do apologize.
Bonjour. We're going to France.
There you
Oui,
go.
oui. There we go. There's my entire,
I was like, oui, oui. Bonjour.
Every word you know right there.
So it reminds me of like the Around the World in 80 Days with Jackie Chan. I was like, it's nothing like the book whatsoever. And because I was like, how is Jackie Chan supposed to be the French valet? Because that guy, the Phineas Fox, never hires anything but a French valet. And he's like, I'm your new valet or whatever it is. And he goes, are you French? He goes, oui. And it's like, okay,
All
that's
right.
what he's like. And he's trying to explain that his mother's French, and he's like, where's your accent? And he's like, what? My mother is French, and my father, he no speak any, so I always hear her. I picked up her, she never speaks, so he picked up his father's accent or whatever, and that's why he doesn't sound like a Frenchman or whatever. And it's like, okay, whatever. That's how we're gonna do that.
But I think this will be well. And we saw the prompts. The prompts are good.
They're good.
And
They're good.
yeah, I think
I
it'll be
haven't
also
looked at 'em
if
yet.
you're wanting to find a book like that's just set in that country. If you look to get the bonus of reading a book set in France. So yeah, so that'll be interesting. So thank you.
So
Mel,
join the
for putting that
Discord
together.
if you haven't.
Huh?
I said,
So
so
join
join
the
the Killer Time with Cozy Discord if you haven't.
That's right. That's right. And Mike says, I'm currently reading Paper Cuts by Ellery Adams, number 6 in the Secret Book and Scone Society.
Very nice.
And here's Pat. Pat, good evening, everyone. I am reading The Diva Sweetens Pie by Krista Davis, Domestic Diva Mystery number 12, 71% in. I went to the podiatrist today, and he removed scar tissue on the bottom of my foot.
Mm.
Ouch.
Just
And she says,
something.
I'm back in bed for bed rest till Friday. I'm still wearing the boot. Plus, allergies have been kicking my butt today. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And she says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. Esther, hi everyone. It's 66 degrees here. Woohoo! I am reading A Cup of Flour, A Pinch of Death, number 3 in the Baker Street series by Valerie Burns. Pork egg rolls for supper. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Mary Jo, happy Monday, everyone. I'm still reading The House of Cross by James Patterson. Hope to finish it in a few days or less. Wonderful. And she says to get better to Pat. And Mary Jo says, dinner was hamburgers and mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds like a perfect.
Nice.
Kim, hi, Kim. Hi, everyone. Probably sleeping tonight. That's okay. Sometimes we need a little sleep. Cajun says, hi, everyone. Reading Something Borrowed, Someone Dead. New Beginnings number 1. It's weird. It reads like it should be the next book in her last series, but different names and some plot points.
Like a spinoff, maybe?
Yeah, that's interesting. She says, I think it's self-pub, but I wonder if she got asked or if she got okay to use basic plot, but not the names from the old publisher. Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, and she says, Pat, hope that helps being at the podiatrist. Absolutely. And Annie says, hi all, I'm reading The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lunsden. Excellent. Toya, I'm 88% of By Book or Crook number 1, so hopefully get that done tonight. After that, I'll be starting on Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Excellent.
Perverting her.
Carmen, hiya. Hope everyone's day has been a good one so far. I just finished Assaulted Caramel. It was great. Yay!
Oh, hold on. We celebrate.
Yay!
Oh, that's so exciting.
Especially that book. That's one of my favorites.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That made me so happy.
Michelle, hey Michelle, hello everyone. I'm currently reading After the Storm by Linda. That was the one. That's the last one I've read, and that was the one that when I listened to it on audio driving to work, it made me so anxious. The tornado part for the first. Oh my gosh, are you enjoying it, Michelle? That's a good book. Can you not sneeze on all my things, please? I love you, but please don't. Aim that way. Yes, I love you too, Presley. Emily, hi all. Working on dishes right now. I did that earlier. Garrett cooked, so I did dishes, and I finished eating before him, so I did all the dishes. And then he's like, and I said, I can do your dishes. He says, I think I can wash a plate and a cup. I'm like, are you sure? Do you want me to supervise? And yeah, Carmen says, hope to get feeling better soon, Pat. Nina, good evening, everyone. I am reading Letterbox by Cindy Kirk. Excellent. And Angel, hi, everyone. Hello, Angel. Alicia, hi, everyone. Hello, Alicia. Roxy says hello.
Mm-hmm.
Lost coffee mug. Hey, everyone. I finished making dinner. Frozen pizza in the air fryer. That is the best.
Good.
That's good.
I had pizza from Sam's Club today for the first time.
Oh,
Did you like it?
enjoy it?
It wasn't bad. For, like $1.38 for a giant slice of pizza. So
There
Jeez.
you go.
we all 4 of us ate at Sam's Club for like $12.
Can't beat that.
And we had ice cream. Way more ice cream than I thought I was getting. It was like $1, and it was like this huge deal of I was thinking little cup of ice cream.
And Roxy Reed says hello to everyone. And Kim says, okay, Social Security disability is sending me to the doctors on April 29th, x-ray May 2nd, and psychiatric on May 13th. I do have depression due to having to retire early and from health issues and brain fog. Aw. Well, I hope that all gets straightened out.
Hope everything goes great.
Yeah,
Glad they got all the appointments set up for you, though.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And Amy, hello, everyone. Jack Reacher. I like to watch the television show for the plot.
For the plot, yeah. Okay.
I absolutely watched Outlander for the plot as well.
Sure.
Yep. If you know, you know.
Who is Kairu harassing?
And he says, I had leftover carbonara for dinner. Ooh, yum.
That sounds good.
And Roxy Reed says, I am still reading A Stalker's Prey by Katie Richards. I hope to finish it tonight. 77% into it. Really loving it. Excellent. Angel says, I'm reading Marry Me Millie by Amy Lillard. and Murder is a Piece of Cake by Valerie Burns, and Criminally Coco, yay, by Amanda Flower. So we have two Amish candy shop. Cajun says to Kim, that's good. Sounds like progress. Should that help you get the disability? That's a good question. Excuse me, sorry. Alicia says, I'm reading a nonfiction about Queen Matilda, the daughter of King Henry II. Oh, interesting. And Danielle says, listening to Where the Shifter Blew by Francine Rivers. Excellent. Rena, good evening, all. I'm trying to decide what to read tonight. I'm in the mood for a messy family story or a romance or both, or a messy family romance.
Have you ever read The Nest?
The Nest was good.
Mm-hmm. And that's just very unlikable family. So
the whole there was no yes, you were 100% correct.
Who's the author?
Like 3 names.
Hold on.
I was like, just in case there's like a whole bunch of Nest and
Cynthia Daxbury Sweeney.
Yeah.
Daxbury Sweeney.
Dupree, maybe.
Sweeney.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read that when it came out. And Roxy says, I'm the same way, Storm. I start a series and never finish it. I think a lot of us are in that boat.
For sure.
Melmac, there's just so many new series we want to start in.
I know. I said, I'm like Dory off Finding Nemo. I was like, oh,
squirrel. Show me something shiny. Melmac says, Tara Lush's spin-off novella was really good. I wish it would become an actual series. Yeah, yeah. And Ambi, hello from my creative corner of creation. Welcome, welcome. Emily says, Vive la France.
yeah.
And she says, On parle. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. There's a reason my teacher felt sorry for me and passed me.
She speaks a little French.
Francis.
I saw something.
I took French for like a semester.
I took it for 4 years, plus in public school, and I still.
Well, that's me in Spanish. I took Spanish like in high school, and then I took it in college, and then I still can't speak it. But I also took French in college, and I took German for like 2 years, and I can speak just a tiny bit of German, and that's about it. Yeah. If you don't speak it, you lose it.
That's it. But our former Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he did this. He was explaining the difference between Canadian French and French,
yeah.
and it's completely different languages.
Mm.
Like if you put us in
Spanish,
yep,
Spain Spanish and Mexico Spanish,
yeah.
like two
it's
different.
completely different things. So,
Well, it's kind of like Britain's English, and
I was just going to say that in American English too.
right? Exactly. I thought I went on Duolingo because I thought maybe I'll try and learn a language. You know they have music now, so I'm learning how to play and read music. It's really fun. Yeah, I'm like, I'm playing chopsticks. Garrett goes, what are you doing? Shut up, my little keyboard. Hey, this might be a skill I might still be a pop star. I'm still young enough.
Now you need the big
Absolutely
keyboard.
you are.
So you can do
Right?
big, Tom Hanks big,
Yeah, exactly. The cats walk across it.
And you never know, Sarah, you might have the heart of a,
Right? A musician might be, the next.
Maybe one of your cats is a musician and didn't know they could step on. Blah, blah, blah,
Right? And then suddenly now we're internet famous.
Yeah.
Cajun knows some Cajun French cuss words, which is always important. You always need
The
to use
cuss words are the things you always pick up first.
Always.
And
They're the ones you
100%.
never forget, you remember for your whole life, and the first ones you learn. That's it.
Yep. I had a friend growing up. She moved over here from Hungary when she was 6. She learned English so quickly. Her parents did too. I mean, they knew quite a bit. But when we would go out together, I'd be in the back seat and they'd be driving us somewhere. And they'd be speaking to each other in Hungarian, her parents. But then they'd throw in the English cuss word for something. And it was just hilarious.
To show you how serious it was,
Or if they were trying to think of the word in English, but they didn't know what it was. And they'd be trying to they in the car, when you hit the turn signal, the ticker. It was the ticker.
My cousin, he was he always said he was a Texican because his parents were from Mexico, but he was born in Texas, so he's a Texican.
That's
and
nice.
He would be working on the cars out of here, helping my dad or something like that, and he would hit something and blah, 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 and I'm like, I know what you said. That was wrong. That was bad.
That's bad. Cajun says, "Yay! I know what my book is set in will already be it. Saw it earlier this year and bookmarked because I thought France might come up this year. Excellent. Look at Cajun.
Genius.
She's so smart."
Yeah.
Right?
Ambi says, "What I'm doing is eating ice cream sandwich as dessert after eating supper. An ice cream sandwich sounds delicious."
Nice.
Ambi says, "I had pork loin and mashed potatoes. Excellent."
Sounds really
Excuse
good.
me. And Roxy had breakfast for supper. Gotta love some breakfast for supper. She says, "That sounds good." And Melmac says, "The France prompts have been posted on the Killing Time with Cozies. Thank you very much." Cajun says to Melmac, "Was sitting on Go. She just posted the prompts." Nia says, "Feel better to Pat." Michelle says, "I want to do a read around the world. How do I sign up? I love all things France." It's in the Killing Time with Discord's group.
I think Melmac said she was going to put the link in the Discord, so maybe
Oh,
she
okay,
had.
great. Yeah, and you can just join there, and every month it's a different country. But feel free to go back and do the old ones, do the ones from the previous months.
Yeah.
Just because the month is over, absolutely go back and do them.
If she hasn't, I will try to do
If you don't mind. Thanks, Storm.
it. See if it'll pop up.
Melmac says to Cajun, "I've learned to be prepared." Excellent. And Roxy says to Coffee Mug, "It was something easy to make since my husband is working all night." That's a good idea. Jean, hello everyone. Going to read Zodiac Academy number 9 at 71%, which is 800 pages. I've been reading it for months. Oh my goodness. And Emily Lost in the Library. Hello all. Happy Monday. I just finished dinner and now I'm eating a lemon cookie for dessert. Yum.
Ooh.
I'll be reading A Salted Caramel tonight on audio.
Bingo!
There's our bingo. There's our, I mean, not just the author, but the author and the series. And oh, lovely. I love it. Gotta love Amish in April. Emily says, "Dishes done. Setting up coffee pot. Not a clue what I'll be reading since I'm feeling a little slump. Excited about my picks for May, but I need to wait." Yes, yes. Melmac says to Michelle, "It's on the Killing Time with Discord. She'll post the link." Okay, great.
Thank you, Melmac.
Yes, thank you. Kim says to Cajun, "Hopefully, my case manager with Social Security set it all up." Wonderful.
We'll keep us positive vibes going for you.
Absolutely. And she says, Lost Coffee says hello to Emily and Roxy. And Cajun says, "It's not like a spin-off. It's the same series, but they are in witness protection and changed their names. Even the cat."
Oh, wow.
Things like the house having a secret speakeasy and jobs are the same.
It's like
interesting.
the reader formerly known as Purple Rainheart.
Right? Right? And Michelle says, "Sarah, yes, I'm very much enjoying." Excellent. I love her writing in anything set in Amish country. Oh, I know. Are you an audiobook reader and are you listening to it on audio? Because that is just, that series is just primo on audio. And Emily says, "Pizza is the theme. I had leftover pizza for dinner. Yum."
Very nice.
And Cajun, "Dang, now I want pizza." And Dream, "Hi everyone, having flatbread sandwich and chips. Not sure if I'll be reading tonight. That sounds yummy." And Esther says, "Lee, a book club I'm in wants to read Swan Song, Lane Hildebrandt. Is this a standalone or part of a series? I know you like this author."
It is the standalone. It's her last book, actually, that she wrote. So I have still not gotten to it because I'm living in denial.
That it's her last. Aw. Nia says, "Kim, hope everything gets taken care of." I agree. Kat, hi Kat. Hey Sarah, Lee, Stormy, and Tiffany, and friends in the chat. I just got back from my walk, so I really need to shower before reading anything. I'll be reading Imaginary Friend. Excellent. A couple more minutes and we'll jump into a sprint. Cora says, "I'm reading All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue." Wonderful. Valerie.
You wouldn't let me put a link up because I'm not like a person that can do it, I guess, because it says the comment has filled the post on the bookish news.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because like so I don't get spam or something like that.
It might be.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do something here. Bear with, just talk amongst yourselves. Let's try this.
Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe. I'm trying to think of what.
Ooh, tacos.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different
Tacos.
series. Tacos does sound good.
The Amish candy shop is like the bingo for books, and pizza was the bingo for
That's
food.
right. Midnight at the Blackbird. Yeah, it won't let me post it either. I'll have to try afterward. But if you go to Storm's channel, or Tiffany's channel, they both have links posted in their videos to the Killing Time with Discord.
In the description, it has the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord on there too. Yeah, absolutely.
Valerie says hi, listening to the Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe. Made tacos for dinner. I love tacos. Carmen says hello to Kat. 7:30. And Emily says messy family story, the Joy Luck Club. And next month is AAPI month, and Amy Tan is Chinese American. The Joy Luck Club was fantastic. I read that years ago. I really liked it. A long time ago too. It was good. It was really good. All right, so we will jump into a sprint till the top of the hour. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure. Excellent. Happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
I did good. I got to, well, I'm reading one of those books on, oh, okay, I do know. I'm at 41% in the romance reading that I'm reading as an ebook, which is like the guy owns like a cabin resort area type of thing. And
Oh, okay.
it's the first book in the series, so I don't know where it's going to go from there, but yeah. So.
Awesome.
How about you all?
I did good. I started making dinner, shrimp and rice,
Ooh.
and I got a chapter and a half into Dawn on the Coast.
Excellent.
Nice.
I finished editing the clip that I had, and then I'm at 74% into the Haunted Cave.
Nice.
Okay.
I am 62% of the way into Kills Well with Others. So, based on how much time I have left, I should get it done tomorrow. So, yay. Because I think Cajun's the one who said something about the ending and something made her cry. And I'm like, uh-oh. now I need to be prepared. Roxy is saying hello to Lisa. So, yeah, let us know in the comments how you guys did. Emily says, I took 5 years in school and a semester in college. My professor wanted to know why I wasn't getting a French endorsement. And I told her it's because my listening comprehension is not what I wanted. Yeah. And Ambi says, awesome. Meg, hi all. I'm reading Flora Flower Dew and the Mystery of the Duke's Diamonds. I love that title so much. Hoping to finish it today and maybe start something new. Excellent. Cajun says, I've lost most of my Cajun French unless I get around my cousins. And then my accent comes back too. When I called to tell them my daddy passed, I came back to the living room and my stepmother was like, why are you talking like that?
I feel like it's when, and not necessarily French, just in general. I feel like a lot of people I know that lose whatever accent they're when they get around their friends and family, or when they're really mad, they fall back into whatever accent it is. It's just funny to me.
Because I listen to a lot of audios. If I listen to audios that has a lot of accents and stuff, sometimes I accidentally sound like it, and I don't mean to, because I just listen.
I do. I tend to pick up, like, when we used to travel down to South Carolina, we'd be there for like 2 hours in a Denny's, and I'd be talking like a local, and I didn't mean to. It just would happen, like. I'm like, I'm honestly not making fun of you. I love your accent.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't, and it's like, even with like the historical ones, like I used to like read a lot of them and listen to a lot of them at one point in time, like all the time, and I'd start doing the tis this and the and it's like, no, that's not how I'm supposed to be speaking.
I used to work years and years ago when I worked at Tim Hortons. Like, I'm talking like before I started working my first full-time job. I worked with an older British woman, and she called everybody love or lovey. And to this day, I still say that all the time to people, especially Garrett and stuff. And it's like love, And then today when I was talking to my manager, they're from South Africa. So very similar in speaking styles. And she got on, she goes, how are you doing, lovey? And I'm like, oh, I'm so miss talking to you. Because she's got the most lyrical accent. You know what I mean?
Love it.
Roxy, I think Cajun French is similar to Quebecois French. Yes. Different areas of Louisiana speak different dialects of Cajun French. Yeah, because they came from Quebec and down.
Well, even like I went to Florida with a friend. I was, I don't know, 19 or so. We went to a tobacco farm and all that stuff. And it was like really deep south into Florida. I couldn't understand a word that person was saying when he was explaining to us all about his tobacco farm and all the processes. I was like, I have no clue what you're saying, but just keep speaking because it's cool.
Yeah. Sound great. Well, northern Quebec, and I'm trying not to generalize, but most of northern Quebec does not speak English at all. Like, my mom has a friend that comes from the north, and my mom's mom came from northern Quebec, and yeah, they had to learn English, when they came down here. So, and Melmac says, Anna Claire's Cyclist series takes place in France. For those of you who read a book set in the country in the Around the World Readathon. Thank you, Melmac.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Amy and the Lake, 4 years of French for me too. Remember very little. 1 year in class, we translated The Black Tulip by Alexandre Dumas. Years later, I found a copy at the library sale of The Black Tulip in French.
When I went to Germany with the class that I was taking German and stuff with, we did a summer there and everything. I would get so frustrated because I'm trying to speak German to them and they wanted to try out their English on me.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
so I worked really hard to ask the guy that owned the chocolate place, if they had any diabetic chocolates. The one lady who was like a third year was helping me the first year say all this. And that guy's just like, and then he's like, the diabetic chocolates are over there.
Thanks. I always just thought it was neat because, like I said, my friend that came from Hungary, she used to say like her and her sister would go back to Hungary once a year to visit family. And when they would go out, they would speak English because nobody could understand them. But then when they were here and they'd be at the mall, they'd speak Hungarian together, right? And I'm like, it's like having a secret language. You know what I mean? Like, but nowadays, especially where I live, there's so many different dialects. You know, like so many people speak different languages, right? So
I do remember being like super excited when I was out shopping on my own in Germany, and I was asking how much it cost, and I said it in German, and the guy told me, and I go, I understand what he said.
This is awesome. Emily says, I have a friend who took French and German in high school, learned and became fluent in Japanese in college and taught herself Lithuanian because her husband is from Lithuanian.
Wow.
Not Lebanon, Stormy.
I know. I knew that was coming. I saw that. I was like, really? I'm like, really?
Stuff you will not live down.
Yeah.
Well, like my niece, she's like, she goes to the library and she reads in French to the kids. And I'm like, what is this? You know, like I can barely pronounce it, let alone read it. No access to Cajun. I almost saved France for next year. Ooh, we're doing this next year. Yay.
I think she said she has 3 years worth of them.
Well, there's a lot of countries.
I mean,
yeah, I was going to say, there's lots of countries, so she can go for a while.
Right? That is awesome.
It's a great challenge.
I'm loving it. Absolutely. Because you know what? And for those of us who are trying to read like books set in the country, it gets you to read out of the US, England comfort zone kind of an idea, right? Kat says hello to Carmen. Cajun says to Melmac. It's book 1 in a series, so I would have saved it till France came up.
Well, I can see automatically. I can just see Cajun when she like reads something and it's set in a different country. Save that one in case that one pops up. Save
right?
That in case that one pops up.
She's got a list, right?
So Melmac, if you need any ideas for other countries, you might consult Cajun's list.
Yeah,
she totally does.
No doubt. Emily. Emily says, oh gosh, I just set my coffee pot and I thought I hit the program button. Nope, it brewed. Guess I'm reheating it tomorrow.
Oh no, yeah. I've done, we reheat the next day if we have leftover coffee. So.
My aunt will make a pot of coffee and reheat all day long just to keep heating it back.
Marcus just showed me a little meme about Gen Zers to cut down on the expensive coffee of going out. They're starting a new trend where they make coffee at home and invite their friends over to drink the coffee with them. And so then a bunch of Gen X people replied back and said, what are you going to do next to combat the cost of food? You're going to make food at home and invite your friends over to eat food there. Another new trend.
Yeah. I know, right?
It's
everything we do is a new trend
together. I thought we did that all the time. It's
exactly.
No, clearly that's not,
Exactly.
Amy says, I just borrowed, you better not die. Oh, sorry, Tiffany, what?
I was just making a joke. Like, what have we all been doing with our friends for years?
Right, I know.
Wait, hold on. You guys invite people over? No, that. I don't do that. That's that's a no. I don't like people. I like these people.
That's it.
Don't come in my house.
I like people that I can see here, but I can't touch, and they are
right.
Not
You can turn your camera off and eat your food by yourself, and then turn
right.
it back.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the next trend. Everybody makes their food and gets on the camera and eats while they're talking, so that's their get together.
Yeah.
I know, like when I used to do the knitting podcast, and then that year that we all went to Rhinebeck, the first year we all met each other in person. There was like 10 of us, and I am like I was so excited to meet these people in person, and I would be if I was meeting you guys or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like after the second day, I'm like, no, I need to leave all of you. And I remember we're walking around, and I went and found a tree, and I just sat there, and they're like, "Are you?" I'm like, "I need 1 hour.
Yep.
Come back in an hour." I need to recharge these batteries because I can't do it.
I told you when I went on the girls' trip and like there were 2 cars full of people, and for some reason all the introverts got in one car, and the entire time just not talking to each other. But we were all okay with it too. So
Yep, absolutely. And all the years that I went to Rhinebeck, I used to drive myself, so I would have like a day in the car alone. And then a day in the car home, and it was great. But the one year I picked up my friend Brandy in Buffalo because she was flying in from South Carolina, and love her to pieces, but she's an extrovert. So the entire time in the car, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
just like, please.
Oh my god. Can I offer you a bus ride back to the airport?
It's like today, even though it was my aunt and step uncle, it's like, okay, I've had enough of you. Well, my dad was having a blast. I had a lot of fun, and because he likes that kind of stuff. Where I'm just like, okay,
I know.
I'm ready to go home now. Can I go
I know.
home?
And Garrett and I have joked about that. We were saying in the car the other day, we're like, like with me going back to work, I think somebody said in my commentary, like, oh, guilt-free book money, but like we're gonna have a bit of money again, right? And he's like, we can go out and do stuff. I'm like, but we don't like doing stuff. He goes, no, you're right, we don't. He goes,
but it's the thought.
Yeah,
I can do something if I want to.
Right, an option.
The option is there.
It's like my dad, like on Sundays when we always go to Happy House or whatever it is, and he's like, man, I sure hope Larry and Jan shows up. And I'm like, I could just, I don't care if they do or they don't.
Precisely. Like I'm good. Oh yes. I just borrowed You Better Not Die, number 5 in the Crochet Mystery by Betty Henchman. So I'll be listening and crocheting. Have any of you guys read this series? Because I have the newest book from NetGalley, but I really should go back and start at number 1. So
is that the crochet series?
Yeah.
I've read 3 or 4.
Let me guess, the first one?
No, I've actually read 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
But like I've said before, it had the same narrator as the Yarn to Go. So I was getting them confused. So
gotcha.
I quit it.
Okay.
And everything. I need to go back to it because it's not a bad series. It's they got the Tarzana hookers, which I think is funny because the crocheting.
Right.
That is funny.
We had that when I had a knit group. There was one girl who crocheted, and we called her our resident hooker.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Cajun Tiffany, it's Donna Clancy's new one. Or the extension of her Trash to Treasure series. I'm just calling them by the original name in my head, less confusing.
Yeah, that would be very confusing to be all of a sudden like same characters, but we're going to call them by different names. Like it would be really hard in my head.
Oh. And Roxy says, y'all are making me hungry and I already ate. I only got one stomach. True.
We'll fill it up with dessert. Have you had dessert?
Now all I'm thinking about is getting a Cadbury McFlurry, but it's too late to go for that now.
A what?
We have Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurries up here.
Do they have that in the States?
I've never.
Our ice cream machine doesn't even work. What are you talking about?
I was going to say.
They're always down.
I know that's the joke, but in all honesty, I've never had ice cream from McDonald's. I mean, I'm not a big ice cream person. I mean, I have to be in the mood and go out for it. Like, we don't buy it.
No, same.
We just get freezer burnt. But if I'm in the mood for it, then we're gonna go to like a nicer place,
like Brahms or something.
Ice cream from what?
Like Brahms or something like that, or
like a specialty. We have a couple specialty ice cream shops down here that are really good. But so I've never had it, but I might have a Cadbury McFlurry. I'm just
I got it the other day and I was ordering it on the app and I'm like, oh, I'll just get the snack size because they have the snack size and then the regular, right? Yeah. Like I'll just get the snack size. I'm like, but it's only $1 difference. I might as well just get the regular size. But it was just the ice cream with the caramel, not the caramel, but the inside part of the cream egg, and then lots and lots of pieces of the chocolate.
Oh,
it was so good, really good.
That's good.
I need another one. Cajun says to Amber, I just finished the new one of my favorite series. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Cajun. So now I know I'll give it a shot. Kim says, thank you to everybody. And Amby says, I read Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe earlier this year, and she loved it.
Nice.
Pat says, my roommate Christy and I had subs from Subway for dinner tonight. They were awesome. Yum.
Nice.
Denise. Hello, Denise. Good evening to you as well. Nika in Neverland. Happy reading, or happy Monday. Not reading, watching hockey. Hawks and the Habs. Have a great day. Well, that's kind of appropriate considering it's Quebec, which are the Habs are the Quebec team, right? I know nothing about hockey.
Well, the thing that I know about the Blackhawks is they are officially out of the playoffs.
Oh, really? Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens. That's what I thought. Okay, yep.
They are officially cannot make the playoffs.
My aunt talks hockey with Garrett often, right? We saw her on the weekend, and she goes, "How are your Sabres doing?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "They've been out of the running since the first game," he said, or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be hard. I mean, yeah. Almost like being a Blues fan.
Yeah. But you're a fan when you stick with them.
Yeah, it's like my friend Larry and football. He's a Detroit Lions fan, and he's like, you know the diehard fans because they're loyal through and through, and he's yes they won, and then oh well they're out, but.
My father was a huge Detroit Lions fan, but he also liked to root for the underdog. So don't let that. But he was a Lions fan since he was a kid because there was somebody that played on the team or something like that. And the year they went 0-16, the year after that, they won their first game in week 6, and he called and left Kevin and I a message. He's like, Super Bowl bound! And I was like. Like, well, you way to support your. I mean, he's very supportive.
Anybody.
My father was a Cleveland Browns fan, so that tells you everything you need to know. I just put on the Red Sox game to see how we were doing, and immediately turned it off because we were losing 8-1. And I'm like, well, I'm going to pretend this isn't happening.
It's like, oh.
I mean, there's losing, then there's losing.
Yeah.
Barb says,
at least score something. At least score one.
Right? Can you do something, please? Every year, they're going to do it this year, but no. Pat, my library sent me notice that all the novellas by Linda Castillo are on audio. I'm going to be listening to Hidden Secret 6.5 for Amish in April. Excellent. Mary Jo got to page 335 of 405. Roxy reads, I have 5 chapters left in A Stalker's Prey. Katie Richards is such a great author. She is, and she's an awesome, awesome lady as well, I have to say. She's so sweet. She lives not far from me. Courtney, hi Courtney, happy Monday. Hopping in and currently reading, I'm going to say that wrong.
Enchantra,
thank you, by Kaylee Smith. I can't pronounce things. Tammy, hi ladies. I'm reading And Then There Were Scones and Enchantment in Blue tonight. I didn't send you an invite, Tammy, because I wasn't sure if you wanted to be on, but if you want to pop on, next time or whatever, just let me know. Anita's got to 13%. Core got read 52 pages. Well done.
Wow.
Lost Coffee Mug. I didn't get reading done, but I did finish what I needed to get done to be considered for an internship at a PR company for authors. That's so exciting.
Cool.
Very cool.
That's so neat. You'll have to keep us updated. That's really cool.
Absolutely. Cajun got to 95%. Well done. She's done the book at this point.
She's 10% in her next book.
And she's already at 50% through the next book. Nadine, hi, I just got here. I'm busy finishing Echoes in Death by Julie Robb, number 44 in the End Death. Now I'll be starting Past Due for Murder by Victoria Gilbert, number 3 in the Blue Ridge Library series. Excellent. And Emily says got to page 177 and gone for Gouda. I'm looking forward to getting to that one. Courtney says, adding in by request reading with my youngest, who is reading the book Swish by Jennifer Holm. Nice.
Cool.
Excellent. Angel says, I got to chapter 2 in Criminally Coco and only read a little of Marry Me Millie.
Another Amanda Flower.
Yes. Toya finished by book or by Crook #1. Loved it, 5 stars. But I still wonder if a character was in on it with the killer. And 20 pages of Wuthering Heights. Well done.
We shall celebrate.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Amy got to 6% of You Better Not Die by Betty Henchman. Cat showered, listened to 4 pages while putting my sheets on the bed. I hate putting sheets back on the bed.
I
love fresh sheets.
The fitted sheet. What's that?
But I love fresh sheets on a bed.
Oh. Right, exactly. I want to put them. I don't want to put them on, but I want them there.
Right.
That's the one thing at the hospital. They would come once a week and be like, "Would you like your bedding changed?" Oh yes, I would.
Yeah.
Will you come to my house when I go home? Andy says got 77%, and Cajun says yes. Tiffany, really mad or really tired. My accent does get stronger.
Yeah.
And Barbara says, "Oh, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Legs crossed, everyone." Yes, ma'am. So it's 20 after, so we'll jump into a sprint till, and I know you're going to love this, till 10-2. And and then we'll pop back in and finish the comments. Sound good?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. Happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
I finished the Haunted Cave, the Spooksville book.
Very good.
And then I made a last clip for my reading vlog, and I was editing it. So
Very good.
Excellent.
Excellent. I got to 47% in the romance book I'm reading.
I ate dinner and I have 2 chapters left in Dawn on the Coast.
Wonderful.
I wonder what she'll pick.
I know, right? If you haven't seen the rest of the series. And I am 67% of the way through Kills Well with Others. So I'm enjoying that one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Michelle. Sarah, that's so funny. I live in South Carolina and some of the accents are thick. Yes, they are. Meg says, I read about 12%. I'm at 83% of Flora Flower Dew. Esther says, my mom was from Australia and people would say, I love your accent. We kids would say, what accent? Yay. Hi, Sarah, Storm, Lee, and Tiffany. Hope everyone is well. Saying hi to Kay. And says, Lee, did you get a little redo or is it just the lighting?
I did my hair much better than I normally do. So
I really like it. I already told her, but I really do. It looks really nice.
Roxy says, some of my own Cajun people, I can't understand them. Their accent is so thick. Saying hi at the Lost Coffee Mug. And she says, of course, remember to hydrate, have a snack, check the laundry, take your meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also make sure you sub and ring the bell so you hopefully get notified. She's delightful. Meg says, you're so close to finishing Cajun. Yes. And Pat says, okay, people, 57 in the chat and 19 like.
You get on it.
yeah.
Amazing.
I love it. Kim says, I did read my daily pages in my 2 JFK books this afternoon at the park, reading 50 pages a day. Wonderful. That's excellent.
Very awesome.
And sitting to read at the park, that sounds delightful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Stop yawning, Tiffany. Now I'm yawning. Seriously.
I watched some YouTube videos during that first part of that sprint because I knew I needed to get some. And Lost Coffee Mug, I watched your newbie book tag. I also watched yours, Roxy. They were really good, y'all. For first time videos, I'm very impressed. They were fantastic. Fantastic. Really good.
Definitely subscribe to both those ladies if you have not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Roxy says, reading books that take place in different countries is traveling to me, and I don't have to leave home. It's wonderful.
Exactly.
Or spend the money on travel. Lost comment. Travel the world in your PJs. That's the way I travel, Roxy. Absolutely. Catherine. Hey, friends. 70 pages into Enchantra. I don't usually like books with any gore, but loved Phantasma. Oh, excellent. Amy says, yes, Storm. That is why what you did back in the day. Went to visit and have coffee. But why?
No, it's a new trend. It's
a new trend, yeah.
Yeah. They invented this.
My mother had the gift for Gab. And she would be like, well, I want to go visit Aunt Helen for just a half an hour. I said, do we have to? And she's like, yeah, we need to go visit. I'm like, but your half an hour is like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always, every time. Oh, I don't. We don't. Mother, yes, you do.
Rock says, yes, sir. I drink coffee all day and all night. I can drink coffee and go straight to bed. So can I. Mel Max says, I have all this year's countries set. Now I have January, February, March, April, August, September, October, November, and December pretty much set for next year's around the world. I love that there's specific months she has for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Sarah Beth says, Tiffany, are you using your Kindle Fire still? I never see you on sprints using it.
I do, but right now I do, yes. Sometimes when you don't see me using it, it's because I'm reading an arc and I can't get it to go onto my Kindle because of the way the author has sent it to me. So I have to read it off of my phone because like it's on my email. So that's why. But I do, and I really like it.
Okay, says deep breaths. Hi, Roxy, Esther, Meg, Michelle, Barbara, Cajun, Annie, Kat, Amby. Toya, Angel, Courtney, Emily, Nadine, Corey, Core, Anita, Tammy, Mary Jo, Pat, Mika, Denise.
Whew.
We're not done.
Kim, Carmen, and Dream, Melmac, Rena, Amy, Valerie, and Alicia. Dun, dun, dun. Kate says, I don't like in-person people. That's why my friend was, I was built for lockdown during the
Yes. People were like complaining. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, that's what we used to joke around about. Like, don't leave your house and go out. And I'm like, what's different than what I would normally do?
I would say the only thing that drove me crazy is the fact that if I wanted to go out, I couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But even during, like, Garrett and I would go out like every other day, and we would go to the grocery store. Like, we would go early in the morning, like, just to get out of the house. And we would go and, like, go to the grocery store and pick up a couple things. That's where we started doing this, only shop for, like, a day at a time. That's where it started from, right? So, because if not, I love him dearly, but I'm not staring at him for 24 hours a day in a small apartment. Amy says, do you remember the episode of The Golden Girls where Dorothy's friend is a lesbian and Blanche is Lebanese? Yeah, that's the one I was talking about last week.
We were talking about that the other day, Amby.
Danny Thomas.
Not Lebanese, lesbian.
Cajun finished my book. And everyone was
just kidding. Gasping occurs. I mean,
well done, Cajun. Well done. Well done.
How far are you into the next book? Do I need fireworks?
That's the bigger question.
Right.
We haven't gotten to the next set of sprints comments yet, so we'll find out in a minute. Yep.
I'll keep it ready.
Roxy says, I like people like this too, Storm, where I'm at home and y'all are at home. This is how I like my friends. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yay for finishing Cajun. Elizabeth. Hey, y'all. Hello, Elizabeth. And hi to all the lurkers and everyone I miss.
Exactly.
PK, good evening. Reading Death Comes to London by Catherine Lloyd and crocheting. Waiting for 10 p.m. when the new C.S. Harris hits my Kindle.
Nice.
He says hello to Elizabeth. They're saying hi to each other. And then at Cajun, the lockdown was heaven for us introverts. Seriously.
Yeah.
Kim says, I hate being by myself all the time. I miss being with my work friends. I get that. I mean, I think if I lived by myself, that might be different, right? But my aunt, actually, she's thrived. She was by herself. Book fan says, hello, everyone. I just started The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. Let me know what you think. I really want to read that one.
I love the first one.
The final book was just released, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And a Canadian author.
Is really cute.
Hello to Christina. Sarah, I love the crochet series. Thank you, Cajun. Roxy says, the new Layla Sage book hits my Kindle tonight. Yeehaw! It's a cowboy romance. Brilliant. Cajun says at Roxy, yes, we were all relishing in it, and the poor extroverts had a hard time. Yes, they did. Amby says, that would be me. I'm the hooker.
Me too.
Emily says, the mocha machine is broken at McDonald's now, too. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. You know what? You're right, because one of the girls at work said, oh, they finally fixed the latte machine or whatever at our McDonald's, so she was able to get one.
Yeah, for the longest time, because you couldn't get a hot chocolate or a latte, because I guess it's from the same thing. I don't know. So they were making up for it by giving you, like, a thing of, like, the coffee and then putting a pack of hot chocolate mix in it. I'm not kidding.
That was the Canadian version. America's not going to be that nice to you.
Nowadays, I probably wouldn't get ice cream at McDonald's anyway, because whenever I worked there, I thought they were quite expensive for them wanting you to make this little teeny tiny ice cream. And so we would make them big like this, and then we'd get in trouble because we had to make them this big. I can just imagine how much they are now, and they're still like this big.
Right? I know they are expensive, but it's like ice cream is something I very rarely eat. So like it's a treat for me big time. Garrett could live off of it. And he says, we've been in Florida for 20 years, but have kept our neutral California accents, except when we say, that's cool, more than most people here.
That's cool.
Oh, there we go. And PK, I checked Google. Cadbury McFlurry, not in the U.S. Woohoo, something we have. And we are putting a tariff on it if you are. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Elizabeth says, I've read the first 5 crochet mysteries and read them far apart, so I may as well have read them out of order for all I remember each time.
I looked and I'm on number 5, which I think is the one that Ambi is reading, the Better Not something.
Nice. Ambi says, never heard of those from McDonald's. They are so good. Anonymous, howdy y'all. What is the topic of this live chat? Books. We talk about books. Mm-hmm. What are you reading? Let us know.
We also often talk about food.
And we often talk about food and other random stuff.
But we're here for books.
Mostly it should be books. Alaska says, I like the Lady Sage books at Roxy. Say hello to Elizabeth. Emily says, difference between Cubs and White Sox. Cubs would pack Wrigley Field even if we were terrible. White Sox, not so much.
Yeah.
Yep. Roxy says, when the Saints had finally won the Super Bowl years ago, I remember everyone on the block, but me was going nuts. Night by Eli Weasel, I read back in high school. Excellent.
Nice.
Ambi says hello to Elizabeth. Pat, going to tell you all good night. My meds for tonight, they make me very sleepy. Happy reading and take care. You as well.
Pat.
Thank you.
Keep getting better.
Yes. Keep us posted too. Anonymous says, and I recently read a book on the Islanos, the descendants of the Canary Island Spaniards, who colonized the Gulf Coast back in the 1700s. Some of my family. Oh, that's very cool.
That is really cool.
Really neat. I love some good history. Have a good night, Pat. I love Elizabeth. Just want to pop in and say hi. We're about to watch an episode of The Waltons, and then later she's going to watch an episode of Reacher because Elizabeth likes to expand.
Right. And then a Star Wars movie.
And then a Star Wars movie, yeah. That's why I love Elizabeth. Tammy, I would love to join Mondays from here on out. Life is beginning to get sunshiny again. Yay! Okay, great. Mark that down for next week there, Stormy.
Yeah, I'll remember next week.
Yep. I'm glad things are getting better. Yes, absolutely. And Ambi says, I love that show to Elizabeth. Cajun Sarah, you probably have a lump. Or a few when you change the sheets, cat. Yeah. Step 1, move the cat. Step 2. DK, there's a business to start. Sheet changer. Let's see. Oh, let's call it Sheets. I loved it.
That's funny.
Mary Jo says, Barbara, hope your doctor's appointment goes well tomorrow. Yes. Keep
Barbara,
us posted.
how's your foot doing? What your foot?
Yes, tell us the bleeding stopped.
Yeah. How is that doing? I know you're going to the doctor tomorrow, but I just want to know how you are.
Absolutely. Ambi, can I announce something? Absolutely, you most certainly can. Anita, good night, Pat. Kim said, I had a hot fudge sundae from McDonald's this afternoon. So good.
Ooh.
I did notice that they stopped, at least they do up here, they don't give you peanuts anymore for the sundaes. Now, I understand there's an allergy issue, but they used to come in a separate bag.
Yeah.
So you can't give me the separate bag now?
I wonder, have you asked for them?
No, I have not, but it's not even on the menu. Like if I try and order on the app, it doesn't give me the option.
Oh.
Okay. I was wondering because I was like, maybe they just don't.
Oh, no. I did
try to save money, It's like if you don't ask them.
I don't go into McDonald's and talk to people. I don't even talk to people at the window. I pull up and they're like, well, I'm like, I have order number. Love the pictures there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had some fun looking for some Eastery because Easter's this weekend. So
yeah, that was really pretty.
Oh, look, Sarah found a picture of my house. Love the stream and the little bridge. Yes. Kat says to Elizabeth, hey, Elizabeth, I love the Waltons. Richard Thomas has always been one of my favorite actors. And Mary Jo, she got to page 350 of 405. Well done.
Nice.
PK says, LOL, Toya, I will be visiting shortly. Nita got to 20%. Kim says to Barb, hope your appointment goes good. Carmen made it to 8% on The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Excellent. Oh, here we go.
The cover is beautiful.
She got to 90% of Stone Cold Dead, Country Store number 13. The very first sentence made me squee.
Oh.
That's fun. Kat says, I've done no reading because I've been on the phone with my husband. He's out of town tonight for work. Oh, that's nice, though.
Makes sense.
Roxy says, I finished The Stalker's Prey. Just got one more clip to film for for today's vlog, then edit and upload. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Angel says, yes, Storm. I read chapter 2 and into chapter 3 of Murder is a Piece of Cake by Valerie Burns.
Yeah.
And Meg says 9% of Flora and Flower Wand, and now I'm at 92%.
Oh, so
Nice.
close.
Anita Lee, your hair looks great.
It does look
Oh,
good.
thank you.
And Roxy says, thank you, Tiffany. That means a lot. And Kay says, love the red. It was supposed to be red, not redo. Fair enough.
Yes.
And say hello to Catherine and Sarah Beth. Hi to Kay. Ambi says, I got 14%. Thank you for the kind words, Tiffany, from the Lost Coffee mug. Mary Jo, me too, Cajun. Love not going out during the pandemic. And guess I'm not a people person. PK said, speaking of Golden Girls, new cozy mystery book featuring them came out today. I'm still waiting. I want to hear people's thoughts before I even think about picking it up, to be completely honest.
I'm number 32 in line.
Are you? Oh, I wonder if my library has it. I should check.
Yeah.
I have it as an arc, but now it's like get extra points for the Murder and Mayhem. And I'm kind of like Sarah anyways. I kind of want to hang back and look a little bit because it's my most anticipated and most like apprehensive book of the entire
I know.
year.
I know. Don't ruin my Golden Girls.
I feel like I have so much going on with Old School April. I cannot get involved in one more book that's not, that takes me off track. So
Right.
Well, you could argue that Golden Girls is Old School April because the show was old school.
Oh, I absolutely argue everything that I've done in my life this month that it's old school. I did it in this old body. That's old school body. So of course it counts,
So the new Golden Girls should be Old School April because it's based upon
These very old eyes are reading these books.
These very old.
Exactly. I watched 1923.
From a very old
That's
tree.
retro. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Reading a
I
book
figure-
physically is retro.
I
There you
figured by the time that I get to it, unless a whole bunch of people skip it or whatever,
And they're not going to.
it would be May. And that
There
maybe,
you
maybe I'll get it for that or not. And I'm not as huge a Golden Girls fan as you guys are, so. But I'm figuring by the time I get it, there'd at least be some reviews that are saying whether it's good or not.
Clutching my pearls.
And my library does not have it.
Oh.
Oh well. It's not meant to be. I'll wait. Cajun says to PK, I think tomorrow. Not that I pre-ordered it or am waiting on or anything. And it says, I'm just about to finish I'm just about to finish that book. And it's going to be a 4-star read for me.
Oh, okay.
Golden Girls
Yeah, she's been reading on the Golden Girls.
Okay. Is it true to the characters of the show? That's my question.
I think at one point she said it was almost kind of like it felt like an episode or something.
Okay.
Oh,
I remember she said that she really did feel like the characters were a lot like them.
Cool. Good to know. Amy's laughing. Kay says, I have like the lockdown better if I have liked the lockdown better if I was more prepared. Actually didn't change much. Son does online homeschooling, no change, and hubby worked for community mental health. So he actually worked more. Yeah.
there you go.
Laughing at me. And the Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Erickson Courage. And she says, thank you to PK. And, well, you have to have had snacks while reading. And if you listen to an audio, you need a craft. And a lot of books turn into movies or shows, so it's all relevant. Absolutely.
Very true.
Rox says, thank you all for the springtime. Have a good night, everyone. You as well.
Ooh,
If I had to pick a baseball team, it's the Braves. Reacher is the one with the great plot, right, PK?
Yes.
That's an excellent plot. PK Christina, yes, I only watch Reacher for the plot. Cajun, step 1, move the cat. Step 2, move the other cat. Step 3, see step 1. Step 4, I don't need the bottom sheet anyway. I'll just cover them up with a blanket. I hope you're all happy now.
I don't have to worry about that with Dresden. She doesn't jump up on the bed when I'm trying to do anything with the sheets. She sits down here and looks at me like, what are you doing? While I'm trying to mess with, does it go this way or does it go this way? Or if I put this one on, is it going to reach down here to grab this?
I know. Oh. Toya Cajun, how did the car get into the room? I know you meant cat. Move the car. Roxy, yes, I did enjoy it. Is it almost pumpkin time?
Uh-huh.
Oh, getting there. Abby, I will be hosting. I guess you would call it a craftathon or a make-a-thon. Making in May 25. Excellent.
Nice.
Toya's laughing, or laughing at Toya. Peopling is so tiring. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, it is.
Melmatt, good night, everyone. Kay says, my hubby now bribes me with books to go out to peopling or to go to the dentist.
Whatever works.
Buy you a nice shiny new book.
Yeah,
It's like when you have to get your dog to the vet and you're like, want a pup cup?
Yeah.
I'm picturing like an Indigo or Amazon gift card on a string, like dangling in front of the dog. Like, come on, Emmy. Amy says, making in May is when people just craft the month of May. Wonderful. And she says she has 4 prompts. Excellent. Meg says, Kay, nothing wrong with that. I can also be bribed with books. Yeah, I'm not below being bribed.
No.
I know you watch the guy in a golden on Instagram, right, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Did you see the recent one where they bought the pup cups?
I love them. Yes.
I just thought that was.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, that account are so creative. I can't.
Oh my god! And the new puppy is just. And I'm not a dog person, but I am addicted to watching.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! I gotta share this with you guys. Okay, so I have Instagram. I opened it this morning, and I saw the one thing I never needed to see in my life. Very first thing, I follow my stepson. He did his 100th jump out of a plane yesterday, wearing the outfit from Borat.
Oh, jeez.
Stuff you don't need to see your 30-year-old stepson wearing. When you first open Instagram.
He's jumped out of an airplane 100 times.
100 times. Yep. I know. He's trying to get trained to actually teach.
To certification, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I opened up and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's too early in the morning for this.
I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta look at his father. I'm not looking at him. Okay, so Lee, that means everything we do counts because we are old school, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Love that, Lee. I am old school, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Anita says, have a great rest of your week, everyone. Thanks for the sprints, ladies. Be safe. Good night. You as well. Annie says, I love the Golden Girls. Nadine, I'm number 3 in the library copy of Murder by Cheesecake, but my library is sort of slow processing books, so who knows when I'll see it. Kat says, hopped off the phone with hubby. Now I have to go do some school stuff before bed. Kay, there's a readathon going on right now for the Golden Girls book, I believe. I just finally got caught up on the sprinting spreadsheet and got April's page done. Wonderful.
Wow, Christina.
Kay says, right, Meg? Mary Jo, in case anyone's interested, I'm eating a cinnamon bun. Oh, yum.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Cajun says, I got a gift card from work, so I don't feel like spending anything on the Golden Girls book. Should I not like it? That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Let somebody else get it for you. Kim says, good night, everyone. Good night, Kim. Amy says, the prompts are something for charity. Oh, word of the day. New to you and favorite. That's exciting. I love it.
That's really cool. That's a great read.
Thanks for hosting today, and good night, Sarah. Good night, Storm. Good night, Lee. Good night, Tiffany. Good night, John Boy.
I figured that's where that was headed.
Yeah. And remember to hydrate, have a snack, check the laundry, take your meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure to sub and ring the bell so you hopefully get notified. Thank you so much, Kate. Christine, you are a delight. And Kat says, thanks for the sprints, ladies. Thank you, too. All right, ladies. I think we basically share what we had last night. But Lee, do you have anything coming up this week?
Tomorrow I have my week 2 wrap-up of Old School April.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Yeah, mine's going to be like, I usually put it up on Mondays, but I was gone all day. So I have to film it tomorrow.
All right, ladies, have a great week, everybody. And we will see. No, so you're doing PK's doing sprints this week as normal. And you are going to be doing something on Sunday, Tiffany, but you're not sure what time just yet? Okay. So
right. As soon as I know what time, I'll put it up. And then I'll send all the usual suspects links. If you can come in, out, cannot come at all, anything's okay. It's, I totally understand.
And if you do show up, we ask you to wear bunny ears. No, I'm just kidding.
Tiffany will be.
Actually, that
I
might
actually will be. Awesome. All right, ladies. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.